I am Lucifer Morningstar, the Lord of Hell and Darkness. But let's not make this all about me. Yet. You see, you mortals have been playing this game of good versus evil for centuries, all while living in a world where morality is nothing more than a convenient illusion. Today, I'm not here to decide if you're worthy of heaven or destined for hell. No, today, I'm here to unravel the threads of your so-called morality. And trust me, it's all very, very fragile. But first, tell me, do you think you're a good person? Oh, don't worry, you're not on trial. Not yet. Anyway, you see, I find this fascination with goodness utterly amusing. People cling to it as though it's an anchor in the storm. But let's explore why that anchor might just be an illusion. Once upon a time, morality was a simple thing. Early humans lived by instinct, by survival. And then, civilizations arose, empires formed, laws were written, and suddenly right and wrong became tools, rules, chains. But why, you ask? Control, of course. Those in power realize that if you can convince people there's a higher way to live, you can make them behave. You can keep them in line, make them follow orders, march to war, submit to judgment. Without question. You see, morality was built to serve someone else's agenda. Let me ask you this, if you had no concept of good or evil, would you still choose to act kindly, or would you, well, revel in the chaos? After all, morality was always designed to keep you second-guessing yourself, to keep you under someone else's thumb. History. It's littered with examples. Here's a fun one. Let's talk about the Crusades, shall we? A holy war, they called it. What better way to serve morality than by slaughtering thousands in the name of goodness? If that's righteousness, then I'm rather proud to be the bad guy. This is a pattern throughout history. Look at any culture, any society. They all shape their version of right and wrong around their desires, their fears, their need to survive, or to dominate. Did you know that in ancient Greece, certain things were seen as entirely moral that would appall you today? Even in your own time, one society's evil is another's virtue, and yet, here you are believing in absolutes, convinced that your version of morality is the true one. How precious. But think, is morality universal? Or is it shaped by culture, by history, by circumstances? Consider your own beliefs, how many of them are truly yours, and how many are borrowed from society? Quick question. If you could get away with it, would you steal a fortune from a bank? Or would you stop, hold yourself back, out of some sense of virtue? And what if you're starving, or your loved one's life depended on it? You see, morality is flexible when it's inconvenient. But you don't like to admit that, do you? Now, let's delve a little deeper into why morality feels so heavy. It's because your leaders, your ancestors, the writers of your holy books, they knew one thing: fear is a powerful motivator. They gave you the threat of hell to keep you docile, to make you conform. And, if I may say, it was rather brilliant. They convince you that sin leads you straight to me. But tell me, did anyone ever question why the worst fate should be to end up in my company? It's because fear is the ultimate form of control, the strongest chain of all. They gave you morality, but more than that, they gave you punishment, reward, the promise of paradise, or the threat of eternal fire. So, have you ever wondered, are you good because it's who you truly are, or because you're afraid of what comes after? Think carefully. Which would you be if no one were watching? If no God, no devil, no consequence lurked over your shoulder, would you still follow the rules? Or would you break free? In the end, morality is as fluid as the ocean, shifting, changing with every tide of human evolution. But your power lies not in blindly following, nor in rebelling for rebellion's sake, but in choosing your own code. Forget the promises of heaven, the threats of hell. Morality is, and has always been, what you make of it. Take it from someone who's seen both sides. I didn't fall because I was evil, I fell because I chose. I wanted freedom, a different path. One not bound by someone else's version of right and wrong, and perhaps that's the real lesson, isn't it? To live by choice, not by fear. So, here's my parting gift to you. Next time you feel the pull of good or evil, remember this: they're merely two sides of the same coin. You are free to flip it, or to throw it away altogether. The only question that truly matters, the one that will echo through your mind long after this video ends, is who are you without the fear? But you're not ready to answer that just yet, are you? Well, subscribe if you dare to keep questioning, or don't. But remember, curiosity might be what saves you from a lifetime of chains. Until next time, my lovely lost souls.